Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Operation Arsenal. Today, we played against one of the most informed teams in the Premier League, and we got 3 points. We just beat Leicester 3-1. Again, I'm just going to need to take a moment here because let that sink in. We actually played against a top side and played quite well, and it wasn't even our first team. I mean, I am not going to lie to you guys. I was not a fan of the lineup. I saw it and I cringed. I thought, what the hell is going on here? Why is Willian starting? Why is El Neni starting? Where is Aubameyang now that he's finally hitting some form? Saka's being rested. I kind of understood that. But I just saw the lineup and I thought, no, you've got this wrong, Arteta. But fair play. He proved everyone wrong today, or those that didn't really appreciate the lineup. He's proved those guys wrong. It worked. It actually worked. Willian got 2 assists, so that's 3 assists in 2 games. So he is now automatically the best winger in the league. Yeah, I mean, I want to talk about Martinelli really quickly because I think that's the biggest problem for me. I saw the fact that Willian was starting, and let's be honest, he has been probably our worst player this season. Since the Fulham game, it was basically the game against Olympiacos where he finally did something right. I thought, why not Martinelli? Surely he offers the same, if not more, bare minimum. And I want to touch on that because a lot of maybe non-Arsenal fans don't really get it. You know, we're complaining about Willian all the time, and then he comes in and gets 2 assists. What are you complaining about? But you got to remember, Martinelli, as an Arsenal fan, he is the shining light of the future. Him and Saka, the 2 young boys that are going to carry us for as long as they're at the club. We just want to see him play minutes. It's not our job as fans to work with the players every day in training, see their attitude and their match sharpness and their fitness levels. And, you know, he's been out injured for a while. It's not our job to know what's really going on behind the scenes. All we know is Martinelli is one of our favourite young players and he's not getting minutes. That's why we complain. That's why we just want to see him. But Arteta knows best. The staff know best. They see Martinelli every single day in training. When they aren't training, they're around the what do you even call that? The facilities of the training ground. Like, they are with the players all the time. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Clearly, Arteta thinks Martinelli hasn't taken the opportunity since he's come back yet. Or maybe he's just not match sharp, and I've just seen that Tottenham are 3-0 up. Oh my God, that's horrible. I'm turning my monitor off. I don't want to know that. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, we know nothing. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and Willian came in and did a great job today. So fair play to Willian. Again, another thing I want to touch on is, it seems like every non-Arsenal fan seems to think we just like to hate on the guy, that we want him to do badly. I mean, does that make sense to anyone, really? Is that a thing? I want Willian to play badly for Arsenal? No! I want him to do well. I want it to be a signing that's worthwhile. A free signing, but, you know, massive sign-on fee. He's on an incredible wage, 200,000 a week, reportedly. So, of course, I would like him to do well. He has been a terrible performer for us this season. He has not been very good. But, of course, I would love it if he plays like today more often. That would be great. On the other side, we had Pepe, goal and an assist for him, and had a very, very solid game. I don't like how much time he spends on the floor. He does get kicked a lot, but he is, I mean, it's a bit, maybe a bit harsh to call him a diver, but he's definitely one of those players that feels a bit of contact and falls over. It's true. But he is simply incredible when he gets going. And, you know, someone said on my timeline that he's finally regained his form. I don't think he ever lost that form that he's had over the last few weeks. When he was playing, he was at a very high level. The Leeds game, for example, was superb against Wolves. He almost won us that game. I mean, things happened. He just didn't play recently, and he's come back in and performed well again. So really happy to see that. One of the bad things that happened in this game is Smith Rowe. He got injured around 30 minutes in, I want to say. Doesn't look good. He was not happy. He was visibly very upset. I'm very concerned that this is another groin problem. He's had a lot of groin problems. And if that's the case, then clearly he knows it could be quite serious. He might be out for a somewhat lengthy amount of time. It could be a few weeks. It could be months. Who knows? In positive news from that, though, Erdegaard came on and he was superb. So although I'm really sad that Smith Rowe's gone off and it could be a nasty injury, we don't know yet. It doesn't look great, but it might be just a week or two. We don't know. But you've got to see the positive that the replacement was really good. Erdegaard did a fantastic job, and I hope Real Madrid are not watching because every game he has like this, his price is going to go up. I want to sign him permanently. I would rather him than Ceballos personally. I know it's very unlikely we'll get both. If I had to choose, Erdegaard would be the one that we sign. I've heard reports that Real Madrid would want 60 million. That's a lot of money. He's still so young. He has so much promise. It wouldn't surprise me if we potentially loan him again next season. I don't think that if we are going to sign him, it'll be easy. You know, apparently if Zinedine Zidane, or Zizou, as I almost called him, if he stays at Real Madrid, Martin Erdegaard does not want to go back. He doesn't want to be coached by Zinedine Zidane, which is crazy, isn't it, if you think about it? But clearly there's a clash there. So hopefully Zizou stays and we can get Erdegaard for a better price. But I think it'd be a big loss for Madrid to just let him go that easily. So we'll see what happens in the summer. I'm still waiting for Erdegaard to actually get numbers. I think he deserves an assist. He's had a few close ones. He's had a few pre-assists. No goals yet, of course, but he was brilliant today. But do you know what? My man of the match might actually go to David Luiz. Not only did he score the goal that got us back in, he was an absolute rock next to Pablo Mari. Cedric at right back was brilliant. Tierney had another very solid game. Lacazette scored again. I think that's 9 Premier League goals, the most in the Arsenal squad. I don't think I can really pick out a bad performance. I think Leicester's goal was a little bit soft. It was a bit of a mix-up between Xhaka and Willian. I would say it was more Xhaka's fault, personally. The pass just wasn't a good idea, but Leno should have saved it. There's no doubt in my mind that Leno normally saves those, so I'm willing to let him off because that's Leno, and that's what goalkeepers do. They do make mistakes. He has been so good for us. He's made so many big saves in just the last few games, let alone this season. So I'm not angry at him. And obviously we've gone on to win the game 3-1. So it didn't matter in the end. But Leno, because of that, maybe actually got the weakest performance. I don't know. I mean, maybe El Neni didn't do too much. He does this shielding of the back four, and he does get forward and help progress the ball forward. But you can see the difference when Partey came on. He's not 100%, we all know that, but he's just so much better, isn't he? I don't dislike El Neni, but I just think, it's 2021, we should be aiming higher than El Neni and Xhaka in midfield. I can't think of any other partnerships recently that would be worse. I think Xhaka, El Neni might be the weakest duo. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Personally, I think Xhaka and Partey, or Xhaka and Ceballos, or maybe Ceballos and Partey would be the strongest partnership. It's a difficult one. I do like how simple El Neni is as a footballer, though. He just does his job, and he was fine today. I'm just trying to pick out the weaker performances, but everyone was at a decent level today. And you got to remember, this is Leicester. Leicester have been remarkable this season, and we've gone to their stadium. We've dominated the game. We've had more possession, more shots, more corners, more crosses. In general, we outperformed Leicester City, and it wasn't with our first team. That's incredible, and we should really use this as confidence going into the next game. We've got Burnley up next, who are currently 3-0. It could be worse. It could actually be 4-0 by now. Who knows? Playing Burnley at this point is probably a good thing, but then the games start to get tougher again. I did a little prediction on stream. I looked at the remaining fixtures of the Premier League and I did my predictions. And I roughly think we'll get between 20 and 25 points in our last games, which would give us around the mid-50s at the end of the season, which, if you look at previous seasons, that should place us around 8th or 7th. Not ideal, let's be honest. It's not good enough, but it's better than where we are and where we could be. And if we are sacrificing our Premier League position for the Europa League, which is seemingly what we're doing, look at the lineup today compared to the Benfica lineup, I'm willing to kind of accept it. I think it's very obvious. The Premier League is done. There's no chance we're getting anything out of that. Europa League football might not even be on the cards. So we have to play the Europa League this season to the best of our ability and try and win the damn thing, which is not going to be easy. We got drawn Olympiacos. We all know what happened last season against them. I think we'll go through. I think we'll be okay there. But it's coming up against teams like Tottenham, Man United, Milan, Sevilla. There's some strong teams that have gone through, so that worries me a little bit. Wait, Sevilla? Are they in it? I'm losing my mind a little bit there. Either way, that's going to be tough. I would actually argue that winning the Europa League will be harder than getting top 6 in the Premier League. I think, we could win every game in the Premier League from now, and that would be enough to technically get top 4 if other results go our way. But obviously winning every game is not going to happen. We have Tottenham, we've still got Liverpool, we've got Chelsea, we've got Everton, we've got some really tough fixtures, so that's just not going to happen. But in general, today, guys, I am massively, massively over the moon with that result. When we went 1-0 down after just 5 or 6 minutes, I mentally crumbled. I thought that is bad. We have conceded so many early goals recently, and we could have easily lost focus completely and collapsed. But again, we've shown that fighting spirit. We don't seem to collapse like we used to. Since Emery took over, I think we've been a lot better in that regard. And now that Arteta's at the helm, trust the process, and we will get better. We're in the middle of the massive process that he's trying to shift players on, which he's been doing, and next it's get players in, and the summer's massive. It really is. But a win today against Leicester. Good news for Man United as they take on Chelsea, which I'm going to go and chill and watch now. Thank you to everyone who came out to the stream, and thank you to everyone who keeps joining the Discord. That's February done. My content in February is finished. We'll be back tomorrow as the March grind begins. We march on. Get it? And look out for my stream schedule if you want to watch me play games and watch football. Then I'll be posting that soon in the Discord and on my Twitter. Everything is down below. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for an incredible February, and I'll see you tomorrow as March begins.